Good evening, it's Beta Ray Ben for Pixel Spank, and today I thought I'd try something different. I was going through my shelves and I found one of these. I actually found 12 of these. This is like a choose your own adventure book. So we're going to do a choose your own adventure. Plan is today I'll roll a character, do the first chapter, and then we'll go from there. Maybe I'll let the viewers decide decisions. I haven't quite decided yet. So this is the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. So first things first, we need to roll for the character. So I've got some dice here. So for skill, I roll a d6. That's a 4. Add 6 to that to make 10. I'm going to be using these red tokens to mark skills. So I've got 10 of them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Don't know how I did that. And for stamina, I need to roll 2 and then add 12. That's a 9. Add 12 to that. That's 21. 21. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Not enough. 21. I got loads. Don't worry. Better write them down as well, actually. So that's 21 stamina. That's like health. And I've already forgotten 10 skill. And then roll another one for luck. Literally for luck, not just, as such. That's a 6. Sorry, that's 4 plus a 6. I'm going to use blue for luck because I have some. So that's 10 luck. Alright, should be the same height as that one. Perfect. So they are my initial stats. Great. 10 luck, 10 skill, 10 of the other thing. Now, initial equipment should be. If I was really smart, I'd have used actual things here, but I'm not going to do that. So start off with a sword. Got the sword. A leather backpack. That can be represented by this worm. A shield. Typical. I normally have a shield on the desk. I don't have it right now. That can be the Pip-Boy. Can be a shield. Why not? And a lantern. The lava lamp is the lantern. There it is. That's the lantern. Okay. I should have made the Pip-Boy the inventory, shouldn't I? The Pip-Boy is the backpack. These are just decoration. The Pip-Boy is important now. Can also take a magical potion for 2 measures. I can have a potion of skill, strength, or fortune. Well, hang on, skill, strength. Well, I've got pretty good everything. I'm going to go with the potion of fortune. 1 potion of fortune. That can be this mug. Acting. Right, so that should be everything we need set up. So that's luck, lucky blue, red attack, makes sense, and my health. When monster encounters occur, I'll use more things for visuals. Maybe. I might not. I might forget. On to the story. Rumours. Always good to check the recording going at this point. Rumours. Only a foolhardy adventurer would embark upon... First line, already a mistake. Would embark upon such a perilous quest without first finding out as much as possible about the mountain and its treasures. Before your arrival at the foot of Firetop Mountain... It's called the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. You spent several days with the townsfolk of a local village folk some 2 days' journey from the base. Being a likeable sort of person, I'm already role-playing, you can tell. You found it easy to get on with the local peasants. Although they told many stories about the mysterious Warlock sanctuary, you could not feel sure that all, or indeed any, of these were based on fact. The villagers had seen many adventurers pass through on their way to the mountain, but very few ever returned. The journey ahead was extremely dangerous, that you knew for certain. That you knew for certain. The grammar's incorrect. Of those who returned to the village, none contemplated going back to Firetop Mountain. So not all of them died. That's good to know. There seemed to be some truth in the rumour that the Warlock's treasure was stored in a magnificent chest with 2 locks. 2 locks. And the keys to these locks were guarded by various creatures within the dungeons. The Warlock himself was a sorcerer of great power. So the Warlock is in fact a sorcerer. Alright. Some described him as old, others as young. Some said his power came from an enchanted deck of cards. Got a deck of cards here. I planned. I didn't really. Others from the silky black gloves that he wore. The entrance to the mountain was guarded by a pack of warty-faced goblins. I'm actually cosplaying as them right now. Stupid creatures fond of their food and drink. The previous joke still applies. Towards the inner chambers, the creatures became more fearsome. To reach the inner chambers, you would have to cross a river. The ferry service was regular, but the ferryman enjoyed a good barter, so you should save a gold piece for the trip. The locals also encouraged you to keep a good map of your wanderings, for without a map, you would end up hopelessly lost within the mountain. When it finally came to your day of leaving, the whole village turned out to wish you a safe journey. Tears came to the eyes of many of the women. Sounds about right. Young and old alike, even more right. You couldn't help wondering whether there were tears of sorrow shed by eyes which would never see you alive again. Now turn over. At last, your 2-day hike is over. You unsheath your sword, lay it on the ground, and sigh with relief. That's not a euphemism, it is an actual sword. As you lower yourself down onto the mossy rocks to sit for a moment's rest, you stretch, rub your eyes, and finally look up at Firetop Mountain, which is presumably a volcano. The very mountain itself looks menacing. The steep face in front of you looks to have been savaged by the claws of some gargantuan beast. Sharp, rocky crags jut out at unnatural angles. At the top of the mountain you can see the eerie red colouring, probably some strange vegetation, which has given the mountain its name. I retract that earlier statement. Perhaps no one will ever know exactly what grows up there, as climbing the peak must surely be impossible. Your quest lies ahead of you. Across the clearing is a dark cave entrance. You pick up your sword, get to your feet, and consider what dangers may lie ahead of you. But with determination, you thrust the sword home into its scabbard and approach the cave. You peer into the gloom to see dark, slimy walls with pools of water on the stone floor in front of you. The air is cold and dank like my memes. You light your lantern. If I was really smart, I'd have had that unlit to start with, but it's a 3-hour warm-up. I can't do that. You light your lantern and step warily into the blackness, although that's not the button. Not worth it. Not worth it. You step wearily into the blackness. Cobwebs brush your face, and you hear the scurrying of tiny feet. Rats, most likely, with tiny feet. You set off into the cave. After a few yards, you arrive at a junction. Will you turn west or east? Well, that's 10 minutes. If I was really good, I would play out every option of this and have one of those like click here for this and click here for that jobs. I'm not going to do that. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is for this first decision, I'm going to roll for it on the dice. and then I'll make this like a weekly series, and you can vote. And odds are that no one will actually care that much, so I'll end up just rolling the dice most weeks. So very low entry to making me do shit on this one. Heads, tails. Heads I go west, tails east. Heads it is. So I'm going west, turn to page 71. Right, no. Not page 71, just 71. It's actually on page... Oh no, the pages aren't numbered. That's what's confusing me. There is a right-hand turn to the north in the passage. So we've gone, assuming I'm facing west. I'm facing north, right? I turn west that way. And then there's a turn back to the north, so more into the cave. There is a right-hand turn to the north in the passage. Cautiously, you approach a sentry post on the corner, and, as you look in, you can see a strange, goblin-like creature in leather armour, asleep at his post. You try to tiptoe past him. Test your luck. That's telling me I need to test my luck. Now, I believe the way you do this is... here we go. Roll 2 dice, and then if it's less than your luck score, you've been lucky. If not, you haven't. So, roll the 2 dice. That's a 7. My luck is 10. Therefore, I have been lucky. And I'm pretty sure I lose 1 luck point as a result of that. Yeah. So, I've been lucky this time. Lose my luck. Got a potion of fortune though, in case I need it. He does not wake up and remains snoring loudly. Turn to 301. Wow. This is a deep adventure. Can you imagine having to type one of these manually without the aid of computer printing? It'd be a nightmare. On the east wall of the passage, you see another door. So, passage heads north. On the east wall, that'd be the right. If there wasn't a fork in the original road, this would connect to that. You see another door, this time made of solid metal. Listening at the door, you hear the sound of tortured screams coming from within. If you wish to try opening the door, turn to 102. If you decide to ignore this room and continue up the corridor, turn to 303. So that's where we're going to leave off today. So go ahead and write in the comments whether you want me to open the metal door with screams coming inside or completely ignore the room and keep going. So just leave a comment, one way or the other, or just tell me to fuck off if you hate me. I'm perfectly okay with that. Thanks for watching.